child started to make demands of you, refusing to accept no for an answer? Do they judge you and bully you? If so, this video is for you, because in it, we are going to look at the 6 communication patterns that a narcissistic parent uses to alienate your child from you. My name's Sarah Squires. I'm an ex-child protection social worker, and for the past decade, I've helped thousands of families through the family court system with a narcissistic ex and someone who is trying to or has alienated their child from them. So there's a communication wheel that looks at how humans communicate with each other. It's divided into 2 separate parts. On the one hand, you've got what they call alienating communication techniques. And on the other side, it is connecting communication techniques. And so we're going to be looking at both sides, because what your ex is doing, we're going to look at, but we're also going to give you the antidote to that. So how do you show your child the opposite? How do you communicate your child with which connects you rather than alienates you? This is a powerful tool, and what happens is you will start to recognize it in your children. Those things that they were doing at the start, the bullying, the judging, these are all part of that communication style. And I'm going to do each video into 2 parts, and they're going to be released sort of 1 week. So over the next 6 weeks, you're going to get 2 videos a week, what the alienating communication style is, and then how to connect with your child. So first of all, let's have a look at the 6 to start off with. So the first one is demand. So rather than request, your children might be starting to demand, and you'll recognize this from your ex. This is exactly how they communicate all the time. The next one is evaluation. They are judging everything you do through their own criteria, and they don't really tell you that criteria themselves, but it can feel highly critical. And when it's coming out of your child's mouth, it feels like you're having a conversation with your ex. They will deny choice. So they won't accept no for an answer. It's their way or the highway. Sound familiar? And so it makes it very difficult, because essentially they're bullying you into doing what they want to do. Reactive. So if they don't get their way, then they respond, they react. And you learn through conditioning, through negative conditioning, but also positive. So the negative conditioning is they're reacting in a negative way. Positive conditioning is they'll react in a positive way. So when you do something that they don't like, they will react in a negative way, or they don't do what they want you to do, they react in a negative way. So you learn to do what they want. So you learn through negative. But equally, when you do what they want, you get a positive reaction. And so you double whammy, you do it their way. Fixing. So they will try and come in as the hero and fix things for you, which essentially is taking your autonomy away. It is taking away the opportunity for you to do it for yourself, to learn and grow, or even just do it because you can already do it. So it's really undermining you. And then finally, it's justify. So they will justify all of their behavior, whatever they're doing. They will sure as hell make sure that it's the right thing and that you know it. So what I do want to say is these aren't on their own terrible ways. We all do them from time to time, especially when we're tired and stressed. And you might find that you recognize some of these things, particularly the fixer, because as a recovering rescuer myself, fixing is my thing. I do this because it's an alive part of me that I want to help people. But what I've learned through working with clients is if I do it for them, they're not learning, they're not growing, they're not evolving, it's not coming second nature to them. So actually, I'm just making them dependent upon me. So it's important to recognize your own communication style within this. It's also to recognize what your triggers are that might lean you into that other side of communication as well. There's no judgment here. Like I said, we all do it. We all do it when we're tired and stressed, or someone's got on our last nerve. It's not saying you're a bad person, but it's showing you these communication styles. When used consistently, which is what your ex is doing, and that's the difference, it adds up to an environment of control. So they control through communication, and therefore they can control them to reject you, because ultimately they're trying to make the child believe that control is safety, and it's not. So what we're going to look at is the other side of that. So how do you communicate in a safe way but still ensure they get their needs met, you get your needs met? So like I said, over the next 6 weeks, we're going to look at each one of those different communication styles and look at examples, going to break it down into exactly what that looks like. So under each of those different 6 styles, there are then another 8, another 4, and then 8 examples that I can give you. So we're going to go in depth on this, but I wanted to introduce the topic to you first to show you what's coming up, really, and to encourage you to follow so that you get every single part of this series, because unfortunately I don't have enough followers at the moment to create a playlist. But if you follow, you will then get notified when I have a new video out, or I will come up on your For You feed, and so you should be able to see the next video that is out. This isn't just about good parenting. This is about shifting the family dynamic from the demand, the control, into a much kinder, gentler way of communicating that still gets everyone's needs met, still respects everyone's autonomy. And that is what the power that you have as a parent to move your child away from alienation to connection. Love to hear your thoughts. What patterns have you noticed in how your ex communicates, and are you seeing that already in your child? Bring these to the each one of the videos, and we can look at it in more depth. So like I said, please do follow me so that you can keep up with this series, and for anything else to do with narcissistic abuse, particularly emotional recovery and support through the family court process. I really do appreciate you taking the time to watch this. Thank you very much.